In light of the fact that I will be traveling to Greece, as you know, I want to make a series and give you some real information about Greece that maybe you didn't know. So picture this: endless seas, whitewashed houses under the sun, and a country where history and myth dance together in everyday life. Now, here's something that might surprise you. Did you know that Greece has more islands than there are days in the year? How about that? Or that the Greek national anthem has 158 verses. Yes, you heard that correctly. 158. Yep. Greece is full of fascinating surprises, and I'm going to share some of those with you here today. And here's the exciting part. This isn't just a random list. This is going to be part one of my brand new series about Greece. So we can celebrate the fact that we will be there for quite a while. Because as you know, I'm going for 6 weeks to celebrate my son's wedding. So in light of that fact, I want you to come with me through the culture, the food, the history, and all the quirky, beautiful details that make Greece so unique and unforgettable. So let's dive into the 10 fun facts about Greece that you probably didn't know and that will make you see this country in a whole new light. In this video, we're exploring 10 fascinating facts about Greece. Some you may know, some will surprise you, and all of them will give you a deeper appreciation for this magical country. We'll talk about everything from ancient traditions to modern quirks, and I'll add some real-world scenarios so you can picture yourself there, whether you're planning your own trip to Greece or just love learning unique cultural tidbits. This will be fun, engaging, and yes, a little bit surprising. So grab a coffee, maybe your frappe, because this one's gonna be entertaining. Do you really know how many islands Greece has? Most people only know about Mykonos and Santorini. But Greece actually has 6,000 islands. Of those, only 227 are inhabited. So imagine if you want to explore a new island every week. It would take you 115 years to see them all. Isn't that insane? By the time you finished, you'd need to start over because you would have forgotten the first one. And yes, during my 6-week trip, I'm going to be hopping on a few of those islands if I get the chance. Another fun fact: the world's longest word comes from Greece. The Greek language is one of the oldest still spoken today, and it's famous for long words. Just imagine people's long names. I'm sure you've heard of the last names, which are huge and they end in Apollopolis. In fact, there's a word from an Aristophanes comedy play that has 172 letters. Yes, one word, 172 letters. Imagine spelling that one on your phone without autocorrect. Or worse, trying to use it in Scrabble. The board would run out of tiles before you even got halfway through. Number 3, more museums than any other country. Greece is like one giant open-air museum. It has more archaeological museums than any other country in the world. Over 100 of them. And just to put that into perspective, if you visited one museum every weekend, it would take you nearly 2 years to see them all. And honestly, you'd never run out of history to explore. I have gone to these museums, so when I'm there this time, I will not be visiting the museums because there's just going to be too much to do. However, if you ever get a chance to go, you must visit them because there are even small little museums in little villages where a big part of history has taken place, and it is well worth the time to go see them. Let's move on to olive trees that are probably older than your family tree. Olive oil isn't just a food in Greece. It's a way of life. Some olive trees in Greece are over 3,000 years old. They were already producing olives during the Trojan War, and they are still producing olives today. If you think about it, 3,000 years and still producing fruit, that's mind-boggling. So just think about this. The olive oil you drizzle on your salad today could come from the descendant of a tree that's been alive since the time of Homer. That's not just farm to table, that's history to table. And not a lot of countries can say that. Now, let's move on to the national anthem, which is called Hymn to Liberty. It has 158 verses. Yes, You heard me correctly. I don't know who the heck sat there and wrote 158 verses of the national anthem, but they did. And that makes it the world's longest national anthem. But now don't worry, the public events, only the first two verses are sung. And that's what is taught in the schools also. Otherwise, you'd still be standing 3 hours later wondering when to sit down. Our number 6 fun fact is that Greece is one of the sunniest countries in the world. Greece enjoys about 250 sunny days a year. That's roughly about 3,000 hours of sunshine, which no wonder the Greek people are so happy all the time. If you compare that to London, London only gets about 1,400 hours of sunshine a year. That means in Greece, you basically live in permanent vacation light. No wonder people are outside all the time sipping coffee and enjoying life. And trust me, during my trip, I will be soaking up every ray of it. Now, a lot of times you might wonder, why are there so many blue doors in Greece? What's up with that? Well, those gorgeous blue and white buildings on the islands aren't just for Instagram. Historically, blue was believed to ward off evil spirits. Over time, it also became a tradition. And in some places, even a requirement to paint houses white with blue accents. So next time you see those dreamy little photos of Santorini and its blue domes, know that it's more than just its aesthetics, its history, its culture, and protection all rolled in one. One more thing I bet you didn't know. Did you know that sponges come from Greece? That's right. If you've ever used a natural sea sponge, there's a good chance it came from Greece. The island of Kalymnos is known as Sponge Divers Island, where sponge diving has been practiced for centuries. Fun scenario? Imagine telling someone at dinner, oh, this sponge? It's from a Greek diver who collected it from the bottom of the Mediterranean. Suddenly, your shower routine feels a lot fancier, doesn't it? And number 9 is one that I think we all know. Greece invented the Olympics. The first Olympic Games were held in 776 BC in Olympia. Athens competed in running, wrestling, and other sports, often completely naked, completely covered in olive oil. Imagine turning on the Olympics today and seeing that. Let's just say NBC would probably have to think their broadcasting rules, don't you think? And number 10, coffee in Greece isn't just coffee. It's a ritual. In Greece, coffee culture is serious. People can sit at a cafe for hours, slowly sipping a frappe or a Greek coffee while chatting with friends. And before they're finished with their coffee, more friends will come and they will sit down and then they'll drink their coffee, and it's just never-ending cycle. And it's so fun. Some will leave, others will come, and it just goes on all day long. So, if you're in a rush, don't expect quick service. Greece moves at its own pace. And honestly, that's part of the charm of Greece, is that everybody enjoys every minute. They're not stuck in that rat race. So during my trip, believe me, I will definitely be joining in on this ritual because sometimes slowing down is the point. So if you're enjoying these fun facts so far, hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe so you can follow along with me through Greece over the next 6 weeks and beyond. And trust me, you don't want to miss the wedding, the food, and all the adventures I'll be sharing. Because talk about my big fat Greek wedding, well, this is going to be a real one. So there you have it. 10 fun facts about Greece that go way beyond beaches and sunset. From 3,000-year-old olive trees to Olympic athletes covered in olive oil. Greece is a country where history, culture, and daily life are entwined in the most fascinating ways. And this is just the beginning. I'll be taking you along for my 6-week adventure in Greece. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss a single part of this series and a single part of the life in Greece. And not just the touristy life in Greece, but the real life in Greece, how the locals live, which is fascinating. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments below and let me know, and we can start this conversation. Now, I can't wait to see you in the next one. I will have more fun things to share about Greece, and I hope you will join me. So until then, be the best, most confident you can be, and get excited about our trip because you know you're coming with me. And I will see you in the next one.